Section 1.9, example 3 on page 82, we have recall that absolute value represents the distance from 0 on a number line. Distance is always non-negative, so an equation that states the absolute value of an expression is negative has no solutions. You cannot get a negative value out of an absolute value. So for example 3, we have what are the solutions of 3 times the absolute value of 2z plus 9 plus 12 equals 10. So before we can do anything, we need to isolate the absolute value. So anything on the outside of the absolute value needs to be moved to the other side. So we'll start by getting rid of the plus 12, and then we'll look at this 3 on the outside. In order to get rid of plus 12, we will subtract 12 from both sides. When we subtract 12 from the left, the positive 12 and the negative 12 are a zero pair. We bring down everything that's left over, which is 3 times the absolute value of 2z plus 9. 10 minus 12 gives us negative 2. We still need to get rid of this 3, so we have 3 times the absolute value, so we're going to get rid of the 3 by dividing both sides by 3. 3 divided by 3 gives us 1, so we bring down just our absolute value of 2z plus 9 equals negative 2 divided by 3 is negative 2/3. Now, you might think, oh, that's really messy with a fraction on the side, and then I have to write my 2 equations. But before you do that, we have finally got the absolute value bars by themselves. And notice on the right-hand side, we have negative 2/3. We're saying that the distance from 0 is going to be negative 2/3. That doesn't make any sense. You can't take negative steps or go a negative distance. Sure, you can go to the left or the right, and sometimes you think of left as negative, but in reality, you're still going a positive distance, just in an opposite direction. So if you ever see the absolute value bars alone, and the other side has a negative, you stop right there, you don't have to do any more work, and you just write no solution. So if you get absolute value bars all by themselves, and then you have a negative on the other side, the answer is no solution. Our next slide has all this work written out. And now I would like you to solve negative 2 times the absolute value of 7d equals 14. If there is no solution, write no solution.